But you won't be allowed. Like, they'll say no. They'll say you're in breach of your medium-term objective, and they'll say you can't do it. They'll say that on the one hand, which is a legal thing, and on the other hand, you literally can't do it because you're paying €8 billion a year in debt payments for debt that is not our debt. So in order to make any kind of significant incremental change, it requires you to challenge certain key things: the right of the European Union and the ECB to dictate your policies, and pay the debt. If you just allow the debt to sit on the economy, we spend as much on debt in Ireland as we spend on education on a yearly basis, and that figure is going up, well then it just massively limits your ability to do anything. And therefore, like, the lesson I draw is that you need a party that prepares people for the scale of the struggle that is involved in terms of a left government, that doesn't just rest on governmental power, but uses the government to mobilise people from below, because that's where power fundamentally is, and has a European orientation in terms of encouraging struggle in other parts of Europe and struggling for fundamental change. Because there is very little room for reformism in this system right now, for actual reformism with reforms. There's plenty of room for parties that are reformists coming into power very, very quickly, just to end up implementing austerity, or they'll clash very brutally with the Troika and so on. Just the last point is that, I think it's Rosa Luxemburg who says that for the working class, it's a peculiar situation that the road to victory is paved with defeats. And that's mostly true. Under this system, most of the time, we lose. They have a lot of the power. You see it in terms of all the different battles that we're engaged in. There can obviously be certain victories which are extremely important in terms of increasing people's confidence, organizational skills, etc., and then moving on. But inevitably, there are defeats on the road to victory. And what's happened in Greece in the past, whole period of time, for the last 24 hours, underlines the fact that achieving fundamental change is hard. And we're not lying to people about that, you know? Like, that can't lie to people and suggest if you elect, for example, in this country, if you elect a Sinn Féin-led, supposedly left government, people should now look at what happened in Greece. Nothing substantial is going to change in this country if that happens. Right? So that's disappointing for people, because it's not that difficult to envisage a Sinn Féin-led government coming to power, but it won't make any real difference to people's lives. There will be even more pusillanimous, whatever the word is, than the Syriza government. Their politics are more of the right of Syriza, or further to the right than that. Right? So change is hard. But the other lesson is that, Jesus Christ, like, Greek people, like working class people, after years of struggle, of difficulties, etc., power and ability to withstand it all and fight for change be so much better than their own leadership. Like, it shows that actually people are more than capable of doing it. You know? Because often, I think Eddie or someone was making the point that trade union leaders, labour leaders, they always blame people. You know, it's always people's fault. People don't want to struggle. We'd love to do it, but they don't want to struggle. But it's proved, in the case of Greece, that's not the case. That's not the problem here. So what we need to do is prepare for the fact that we're going to have a chance in this country at a left government. And if you get a chance at it, and you mess it up, you'll demoralise people, and you'll step back for a period of time, and it'll be quite a while, potentially, until you get another chance. And so, like, the lesson's extremely important, and then basically, like, we have to build a party that's a sharper party than Syriza. It isn't going to make the mistakes of Syriza, that has a strategic conception of mobilising people, the fundamental